भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्दे अहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलान् श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च रूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः। आराध्यो भगवान् ब्रजेश तनय तद्धाम वृन्दावनम् रम्या काचिदुपासना व्रजवधुवर्गेण या कल्पिता श्रीमद्भागवतं प्रमाणममलं प्रेम पुमार्थो महान् श्रीचैतन्य महाप्रभोर्मतमिदं तद्रदरो न परः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्रशत श्री श्रीमद His Divine Grace AC Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाशाम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मथुरा धाम की जय। द्वारका धाम की जय। ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Prabhupada's transcendental book distribution ki jai, Nithai Gaur Premanande, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So you all got soaked in Harinam Sankirtan. Maharaj can soak the whole world like this. I always had experience whenever I participate in Maharaj programs. I don't sit on the ground, I start floating. So he transports us to a spiritual plane and imparts spiritual instructions. Thanks to Maharaj. I'm going to give a very quick, brief introduction about Maharaj. When he was a young boy like all of you, way back in 1971, Maharaj came to Mumbai. He saw one poster, Hare Krishna Festival in Cross Maidan. And it was conducted by Western Hare Krishna devotees. So he became very curious. So he went to the program. There were 20,000 people attending the event by Srila Prabhupada for 10 days in a row. So Maharaj was like stunned seeing the organization of the festival by the Western devotees. And it was a unique experience for him because he said the Western boys are coming to India and wearing tilak and beating drums and singing kirtans and teaching Bhagavad Gita to us. What are we Indians doing? So we should also do something. So then he went back to his native place called Agavade. And from there he had written a letter to ISKCON Pune saying that what is the procedure for joining ISKCON full time? So they said you don't have to do anything, just come directly. So Maharaj then directly went, approached. So it was in 1971 he was introduced. In those days the Indian boys in our movement were hardly any. His Holiness Baba Goswami Maharaj and His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj. There were, you can count the numbers in those days, way back in 1971. So which means he is one of the pioneers in India, the early day part of the movement. So, and then he got initiated by Srila Prabhupada in 73, correct month?
72.
1972, and then he took sannyas in 1975, and subsequently he was given responsibility for Padayatra, and Maharaj started Padayatra in India. Padayatra means it goes with the Pulakar, carrying Prabhupada books, doing Harinam Sankirtan, distributing prasad. They have covered the whole India several times. It has gone, there is one in South India, one in different parts of Maharashtra. So this Padayatra goes village to village and town to town, city to city. So Maharaj started it in India. Now there are more than 150 countries worldwide, ISKCON Padayatra worldwide, which is headed by Maharaj. So in this way he started spreading the holy name around from 1976. So, and in 1978 to almost 1985 or so, some 7-8 years, Maharaj was the president of the ISKCON Delhi temple. And subsequently, in 1987 and 89, he started Vrindavan Brajamandal Parikrama and Mayapur Yatra Parikrama. In 1987 and 89 he started, till now he has been doing it. You can just think about count up how many years he has been doing, almost 40-50 years. He has written a beautiful book on Brajamandal Parikrama also. So this Parikrama goes for the whole month throughout Vrindavan. It's walking from one place to another with a group of thousands of devotees. Maharaj has been steadily doing it year after year after year. And he is very famous for narrating the Vrindavan pastimes of Krishna Balaram and Radha Shyam Sundar, and with all meticulous details. And in between he will do some kirtans also connected to the pastimes. So that was one of his favorite activities. And he also started, it was his initiative. He started as one day, every ISKCON temple, at least once in a year, should dedicate the whole day for holy name. But then subsequently he saw the response was overwhelming. Then he made it into a whole world holy name week. So during the time all over the world, the ISKCON temples send out devotees on Harinam, morning, afternoon, evening, Grihastha, the brahmacharis, boys. Everybody goes out on Harinam for that week. And now Maharaj has developed it to very great height now. There are stickers for the world NB, there are CDs, there's a website now where every temple reports about how we do the world NB. Also in 1996, Maharaj took the Prabhupada Centennial Ministry. He was actually in charge for that, he was the minister for Prabhupada Centennial. Centennial means Prabhupada was born in 1896. So 1996 was his 100th year. So at that time Maharaj made a lotus with multiple petals, the different activities that ISKCON should be doing worldwide as per Prabhupada's instructions. So not only he identified those vital items like book distribution, Harinam Sankirtan, deity worship and the different things, he also got symbols made for each of them. He made booklets and circulated all over the world, and so that all the devotees will get reinforced about Prabhupada's mood and mission and Prabhupada's emphasis. So very beautifully done that. Also, Maharaj, his native place is Arvade, a village in Maharashtra, close to Pandharpur. So Maharaj has made a beautiful temple there. If any of you haven't visited, you should visit that Arvade temple. Very nice exhibition. There's a Govardhan hill, Krishna's 15th Govardhan hill, you will see that. There's Radha Gopal deity. So,
Next youth festival.
Maharaj is saying next youth festival in Arvade. So, Maharaj has made his birthplace into a holy place now. And also, ISKCON Pandharpur is Maharaj's favorite place of worship there. There is a Vital Rakma, you all know. Maharaj, even as a small boy, he was born in a Vaishnava family. So he has been having great attraction to Rukmini Dwarkadish in the form of Vital Rakma. So there is ISKCON temple already there. But very soon Maharaj is coming up in the next 4 to 5 years or so. A very big temple which will be like 100 or 120 crores temple. For Sri Radha Pandarina. So that is going to be like mini Mayapur. So we will have, already we are going for camps to Pandharpur and we will have huge camps in future. And there is a Prabhupada Ghat which was made for the Chandrabhaga river. There are latrix come during Ashara Ekadashi and it's all featured a lot of muddy things. So Maharaj was requested. Actually many different organizations were given the task of making the ghat. And Maharaj was one of the first persons to make that Prabhupada ghat, a huge ghat with steps for the yatriks to conveniently take a bath and stay in dress and all that is Prabhupada ghat. And in ISKCON Nagpur, also Maharaj has come up with designed a new temple called Lotus Temple there, which is coming up. That's going to be a big project also. And ISKCON Noida, Maharaj has made an educational center. Especially Maharaj's vision is to educate the youth and train the youth. And they have like 100 monasteries. And they have multiple story buildings which are all filled with seminars and training halls for training. Maharaj is very fond of seminars and training. In ISKCON Pandharpur also is made IMPM, we call it. ISKCON Maharashtra Preaching Ministry. Right? ISKCON Maharashtra Preaching Ministry. So there is very nice training. In those days there was a devotee called Eklavya Prabhu, now he's a sannyasi now called. His own Krishna Chaitanya Maharaj. So Maharaj has one more disciple called his own as Sundar Chaitanya Maharaj, who was here also yesterday, Mr. Senior. So with a team of many senior leaders, he is putting up the IMPM there. His grace Sachiva. Ananda Shesh Prabhu and all of that. So he's very, very fond of education training. Way back in 2002, he had once come to Pune and he had told me, so many youths are thronging your temple, why don't you put up a national youth festival? Like that he just threw an idea to me. And after he went, he was ringing in my ears. Why don't you put up a national youth festival? I kept trying. So in 2004, we arranged one national youth festival in Pune, where 5,000 devotee youths came from all over India. So we can say that was actually the beginning of expansion in youth preaching in Pune. We got connected to many temples in India and we got many friends, brahmacharis from different temples. And they used to come here and used to go there and that's how we got a strong connection network within India. Maharaj is a very great lover of cooperation amongst devotees. He doesn't see who is whose disciple. He is friend of all. He inspires disciples of various gurus and his goal is to see proper mission and progress ahead. So I express my thanks to Maharaj from my heart for encouraging me in youth preaching. And he has also given many lectures in the past for our youth also. He has written many books like Rajamandra Parikrama, Back Home, and Bombay is my office, and going to that, and like that many books also Maharaj has written. So he is a writer of books, he is a taker of yatra, he is a spreader of the holy name, he is a builder of temples in many of the prominent holy places. He travels all over Maharashtra and also in Africa, Europe, Africa, various different parts of the world, and extensively traveling. And for me, all these things are wonderful, but one of the things I most admire as well as Lokanath Maharaj is his very calm, cool, and very humble nature. Actually, some of the most difficult problems he can solve, humble and patient in facing them. So, in this way, we can add so much more glories of Maharaj. I will be very brief today. One last thing I want to tell you, in all over the world, Maharaj has been doing 4 Bhagavad Kathas in 4 different places, like Mauritius he does, Noida he does, and one another place on West also he does, and one in Pune he has been doing. So 20 years successively, at the end of the year, he does a 7-day Bhagavad Katha before the year ends, like now also Maharaj is doing in Harasana. So last 20 years, except the 2 years of COVID, he has been doing Bhagavad Katha consistently, and each time you will get about 3,000 to 4,000 people attending it. It's a very massive program, and huge program, and the prasadam is distributed everyone on that. And Maharaj soaks the audience in Hari Kirtans, and when the hearts are completely softened, then he plants the Hari Katha in their hearts. So he is very expert in that. We are all very blessed. Honestly, I tell you, in Pune, we have got tremendous encouragement from Maharaj in running the Dandi Yatra from Pune to Madhapur. Palki goes here from here, 200-300 devotees from Pune go. And that was started by Maharaj, and Maharaj asked us to lead that. So we have been doing it for a couple of decades. We have been doing it. So when Dandi Yatra is going, Bhagavad Katha is happening, World of Holy Name is happening in Pune. And the prime motivator for all these things is Lokanath Maharaj. So let's welcome Maharaj to Sridhar and dance in the temple. Is that Lokanath Maharaj is here? Is he here? We also have His Holiness Ram Govind Swami Maharaj. Actually, His Holiness Ram Govind Swami Maharaj has been in Indian Army for many years, many decades, and he is an ex-service man. And he came out, and later on he took sannyas from His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj. And he knows Ramcharit Manas by heart, whole thing. He can tell Chaupai, even if you wake up, you wake him up in the night, he can tell you Chaupai. And a very humble soul. And he also comes to Pune whenever Bhagavad Katha happens, he comes. And I had invited him to come to NVCC also. We are very happy that Ram Govind Maharaj is not here. He is from Andhra Pradesh. And now he is traveling across the country and preaching in different places. And we wish to hear from him. I requested Maharaj stay for some more days and give us lectures. So let's welcome Ram Govind Swami Maharaj.
Today's introduction was the class. This was the longest introduction I ever had heard. Radhe Shyam Prabhu ki Jai! Jai! We are a team, in fact. I work very closely with Radhe Shyam Prabhu, and we are kind of birds of the same feather, so we flock together. And I love Radhesham. Because he loves you all. Yadi Radhesham no hoite ye hoite. So we are proud of you all also. We are proud of Devakinandan Prabhu and all my colleagues, our generation. Which we are trying to push forward Srila Prabhupada's mission, movement in, all over the world, especially in India. And we are very, very happy that you are joining the efforts, either full-time brahmacharis or whatever, in whatever capacity, or as a grahasthas. So when we see ocean of youths, I'm kind of floating here in the ocean. I feel, and I think we, all the leaders, we have bureau meeting going on, as you know. The bureau leaders are heading up all the affairs and activities of ISKCON in India. And we all feel confident that this movement will go on and on and on and will spread far and wide. You know why we feel confident? Because of, well, Radhesham is, of course, he's pioneer of youth preaching in India. Now he's going overseas also. And many other ISKCON full-time devotees of brahmacharis also were inspired by his example. And there's a movement now, there's a whole campaign going on all over India. Training, educating. You know, today's verse, maybe I should have read that maybe. Even Yamadutas were uneducated. One time they did not know, well, who is who, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even Yamadutas did not know. They thought, our Yamaraj is all in all. So much ignorance in this world. Even Yamadutas are also ignorant. And Brahma was also ignorant. Maybe let's read. The verse on the board or what? Seventh verse is on the board. Text number 7. Atastvameko bhutanam Seshwaranam adishvaraha Shasta dandadharo nrinam Shubha shubha vivechanaha Atastvameko bhutanam Seshwaranam adishvaraha Shasta dandadharo nrinam Shubha shubha vivechanaha माता है as such. What about the translation?
We have one FM going on.
Yes, सबको पता है.
FM number you can tell.
FM number, congregation, we have some Mataji's. It's announced already, and so.
रेडियो नीचे भी चल रहा है हिंदी अनुवाद और 89.7 FM पे
Tvam, you, ekaha, one, bhutanam, of all living beings, sa ishwaranam, including all the demigods, adhishvaraha, the supreme master, shasta, the supreme ruler, dandadharaha, the supreme administrator of punishment, nrinam, of human society, shubha ashubha vivechanaha, who discriminates between what is auspicious and inauspicious. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. There's no purport, so I think we are going to go on for a few more verses. I was told so till 10, verse 10th. Translation of this verse. The Supreme Judge must be one, not many. It was not understanding that you are that Supreme Judge. It was our understanding. This is Yamadutas speaking to Yamaraj. So they say, it was our understanding that you are that Supreme Judge and that you have jurisdiction even over the demigods. Our impression was that you are master of all living entities and the supreme authority who discriminates between the pious and impious activities of all human beings. Text number 8. Tasya te vihito dando na loke vartate dhuna. No, I will just to save the time also. Chaturbhiradbhutai siddhair adnyate vipralambhita. Translation and short purport. But now we see that the punishment ordained under your authority is no longer effective, since your order has been transgressed by 4 wonderful and perfect persons. Those are the Vishnu Dutas they're talking about. Purport. The Yamadutas had been under the impression that Yamaraj was the only person in charge of the administering justice. They were fully confident that no one could counteract his judgment. But now, to their surprise, his order had been violated by the 4 wonderful persons from Siddha Loka. Text number 9. Niyamanam tava deshat asmabhiryat nagrihan vyamochayan padakinam chitva pashan prasayyate. Translation again and again, short purport. We were bringing the most sinful Ajamil toward hellish planets. Following your order, when those beautiful persons from Siddha Loka forcibly cut the knots of the ropes with which we were arresting him. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks that Yamadutas wanted to bring the Vishnu Dutas before Yamaraj. If Yamaraj could then have punished the Vishnu Dutas, the Yamadutas could have been satisfied. Paradukhe dukhi. Paradukhe sukhi, in fact. Paradukhe sukhi. If they are punished, then we would have become very satisfied, very happy. And text 10. Tanste veditum ichhamo yadi no manyase kshamam narayanetya bhihite ma bhairtya yayudrutam. Translation and purport. As soon as sinful Ajamil uttered the name Narayan, these four beautiful men immediately arrived and reassured him, saying, "Do not fear, do not fear. We wish to know about them from your lordship. If you think we are able to understand them, kindly describe who are they, who they are." Report. The order carriers of Yamaraj, being very much aggrieved because of their defeat by the four Vishnudutas, wanted to bring them before Yamaraj and, if possible, punish them. Otherwise, they desired to commit suicide. That's interesting. Before pursuing either course, however, they wanted to know about the Vishnudutas from Yamaraj, who is also omniscient. And so this chapter, well, these chapters I also could say, 3 chapters. First 3 chapters of the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam are here to broadcast the glories of the holy name. These chapters and this canto also is known to do the portion, nourishment of the devotees. Now there are 10 topics of Bhagavatam, and one of them is a portion, Sarga, Visarga, and more. Of course, Isha Anukatha, Isha Anukatha, Katha of Isha, Supreme Lord, and Anu, his Anuyayis, his followers. And then Ashraya is also one of the topics, and that is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Krishna Ke. So in order to nourish the souls or devotees, here in these chapters, 3 chapters, which are Ajamil Upakhyan. They say Ajamil Upakhyan. The topic is Ajamil. And he was born not far from Kanpur. Okay. Kannauj. Hari. And of course, born in Brahmin family and all that. And he had been also worshipping deities or assisting his elders in worshipping the deities. And one day he was on duty, out there picking up flowers, etc. Those. And then he happened to see Shudra and Shudrani. At least they were acting like that, low class. They were embracing in a public, embracing each other, which is so very common these days. beginning with the Western world, now it has been migrated, that idea's time has come for India, unfortunately, and those things are happening here also. So, as a result, this Jamil, he fell down. And this much more, fell down. So Prabhupada comments that, well, the history kind of repeats. Whatever happened to this Ajamil, by seeing that bad scene, sinful activity, as he took up to sinful activities also, including illicit, well, mainly illicit sex. And that is what is on display now all over the planet, all over the globe. And then the cinemas are here. And one time you had to go to cinema house to see those movies. And what is movie? Mainly there are two topics in the movies. One is sex, the other one is violence. Krishna says, Kamat krodho bhi jayate. Kamat krodho bhi jayate. From lust comes anger. That lust could never ever really satisfy. I was going to say you, not you, but no one. Then one feels frustrated, and that frustration is exhibited in the form of anger. So these are mainly the two themes, sex and dishum, beating and killing and violence. So anyway, so those days, I would say, those good old days when we had to go to cinema house. Luckily, there were different kinds of cinemas. The first cinema that I watched was Sampurna Ramayana. But later on, some more Purav and Paschim and Dhammarudam. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Hare. So, but then later we made progress. In India we made progress. And then what happened? Our homes became theaters. Home theater. And every home became cinema ghar. And then we made further progress with IT. information technology and all internet. And now cinema is in your hands. Sari dunia muthi mein. We may not be smarts, but we have smartphones. Jai Krishna bhaj, sai bada chatur, Jai Krishna, Krishna bhaje sai bada chatur. I could quickly say, chatur means smart. Chatur means smart. Who is smart? Jai Krishna bhaje. One who worships Krishna, he is smart. And now you are becoming smart. Most of lots of youths here are talking like that also. So that fall down of Ajamil happened. You heard what was the cause. Now those kinds of causes are there, available everywhere, at every step. It's become all pervading. This world is also called Maithunagar. Like a bus agar, you heard that term? Bus agar? Where lots of buses are parked or stationed, parking place. So this is called Maithunagar. Hari Hari. And especially in this age of Kali, people are really absorbed with eating, sleeping, mating, and so they are, instead of simple living, they are simply living. Probably you heard this during your seminar. Simply living. I was in, Americas one time. And some people, I think, that is what Prabhupada did, right? He transported the culture of India Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki and Bhagavad Gita ki jai, all the scriptures. He transported and then arranged to distribute them all over the world. As a result, so many souls are being saved. Anyway, the one thing that I wanted to say. So a group of persons, they met me and they said, Swamiji, now we are following a new formula. I said, what is that formula? He said, KISS formula. KISS. I said, no. I said, we are sannyasis, we have nothing to do with the KISS side. Please don't tell us. But he said, no, not that KISS. Simple, stupid. Did you get that? K-I, keep it simple, stupid, K-I-S-S. So they were calling others, those who were not following the simple living, high thinking lifestyles. But that is the right thing to do. Hari Hari. So Krishna's message, well, a lot of things could be said. I don't know what I'm going to cover now. Yeah, Krishna's message in Bhagavad Gita is yogi bhava, yogi bhava. But the world, through electronic media and print media, what do they promote? Bhogi bhava. And so yogi bhava, propagation is bhogi bhava. And then what happens? Rogi bhava. Recently, a survey was conducted to find out which country is, most sick, a rogi country. They did a global survey and they declared America was number one. They always like to be number one. So comes to the rogi or the most diseased, America was number one. Why number one? Because they're also bhogi number one. Hari Hari. So these connections we are not smart. The people of this world are not very smart. Or even it is, Shastras say, Pashyanapi na pashyati. Tesham pramatta nidhanam pashyanapi na pashyati. Even if they are shown, explained, still they don't see. They don't get the point. Tesham pramatanidam pashyanapi na pashyati. This pack of cigarette is hazardous or something for your health. They had a display where they sell this. So they read, this is dangerous, risky, hazardous, that's whatever the word is. But they go for it. They read it, and they still smoke. I was once driving from Delhi to Noida, and I happened to see big billboard, you understand billboard, signboard, advertisement board. And that said, live life king size. Luckily, India government has banned those kind of drinking and smoking items are not allowed to promote or the advertisements and boards. So those days, yes, it was going. So live life king size. So what you have to do to live life king size? Just you have to smoke our brand of cigarette. And probably, you know, when someone smokes, he feels like a king. He's like a king. Some king enters them. And that bhogi bhava, I'm the enjoyer. Anyway, the sign that I saw, that first it said, the first sign, live life king size. And we drove just few 100 meters forward. There was another sign that said, cancer hospital this way. Get the connection? Well, I was mentioned to be Padiyatri. We're traveling through Gujarat. We're going toward Dakor. Dakor ma kaun che? Are you Gujaratis? Asli. So there are lots of tobacco fields, tobacco fields all over, all around. So we met one farmer. He was the owner of that tobacco field. And I asked him, how come there's no fencing for this tobacco, the other grapes and this garden, that field, always have fencing, but tobacco fields have no fencing? And that farmer said, Maharaj, इसको तो गधा भी नहीं खाता. फिर हमने कहा एक गधा छोड़ के, या एक प्रकार का गधा छोड़ के बाकी गधास नहीं खाते होंगे. So I mean, we are, what could we say? We are very, very fortunate. And not that we have become fortunate, but we have been made fortunate. Who is a maker? Srila Prabhupada ki. Well, also, there's a team called Guru and Gauranga. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki. In fact, he is the founder of this Hare Krishna movement. And Gaura Nityananda. Ajanulambita bhujo kanakavadato sankirtanaika pitaro kamalaya-taksho vishwambharo dvijavaro yugadharma palo vande jagat priyakaro karunavataro. So he is Karunavatar, and he is founder. So, Brahmanda Brahmite, Kon Bhagyavan, Kon Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai, Bhakti Lata Bij. Gauranga, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna makes us fortunate and brings us to Guru. There's Vartma Pradarshak Guru, and then there's a Siksha Guru, and then Diksha Guru. And Chaitya Guru is Lord Himself. Beginning with Chaitya Guru, then this connection is made. So Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada, and that parampara. Yeah, Radhesham is also in the same parampara. Siksha Guru. And in fact, the Gauranga Mahaprabhu, who is Adi Guru, original Guru also, or Gaur Nityanand, he would like all of us, all of you to become gurus. Amara gyay, what? Guru hayya, tarai desh, jare dakho, tyare kaho, Krishna Upadesh. You all become guru. So Srila Prabhupada, on behalf of Gauranga and the acharyas in the parampara, has Prabhupada as Krishna Kripa Murti. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Karuna Sindhu and all that, Dina Bandhu. So the same Karuna then manifests in Prabhupada also, of course, manifested. And of all the contributions, Srila Prabhupada's books is the biggest and the best contribution to this world. Did someone say Haribol? At least one person said Haribol. And because everything begins with the books. That's why Prabhupada also said, books are the basis. And preaching is the essence. So anyone and everyone who is preaching is a guru. Or one who has studied, learned, gone through seminars. After seminar, Sai Guru hai. Shudra kene noy. What is the beginning? Kiba Vipra, Kiba Nyasi, Shudra Kene Noy, Jai Krishna Veta, Sai Guru hai. He may be Shudra, he may be this one, that one, sannyasi, or... What is the qualification to become Guru? Jai Krishna Tattva Veta. One who has become Tattva Vetta. Vetta means knower. Vetta, with, from with, Dhatu, with. One who knows is also called Vidvan. Is full of knowledge, Vidvan. And from with also come Vedas. And Hari. So this Yamaduta and company, they are full of ignorance, in fact. They did not know. They did not know the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bahunam janmanam ante Jnanavan mam prapaddate Vasudeva sarvamiti Samahatma su durlabha. So, how much we have to know? Vasudeva sarvam iti. Iti means this much. How much we have to know? Vasudeva It's not only Sarvam, not only Vasudeva, but Vasudeva Sarvam. Vasudeva is all in all. Vasudeva is all in all. So one who knows this much, that iti means this much. How much? Vasudeva Sarvam. Vasudeva is all in all. That person is Mahatma, one who knows Vasudeva as he is, or Vasudeva as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. So, these Prabhupada's books, we call them Prabhupada's books because he also wrote the commentaries and they translated from the scriptures, Sanskrit verses translated into English. But is this knowledge? Is this Prabhupada's knowledge? This is Krishna's knowledge about Krishna. How long do you think this knowledge is in existence? Good. Why is that? Is knowledge about Krishna. Whenever this microphone was produced, from that time, this is black and this is this and this is how this is to be repaired and maintained, all that knowledge and the whole manual. How long is that manual? As old as the product. So knowledge about the Lord is in the scriptures. Because Shruti Praman, or Vedanta Sutra says, Shabda Yonitvat, Shabda. In the beginning was a word, the Bible says this. In the beginning was a word, and word was with God, and word was God. They have just borrowed it from the Vedic literature and translated and in English. In the beginning there was a word, and the word, Shabda, and that was with the Lord. With the Lord or about the Lord. If Lord, I was just saying a few days ago in Bhagavad Katha that what if Lord had never ever come into this world? Sambhavami Yuge Yuge had not happened. If Lord had not come into this world, we would get only the breaking the news of this world, the talk of this world, and which is full of ignorance. It's a good thing that Lord comes from time to time. Okay, he comes, he came, he appeared, and Krishna Swadhamopagate, knowing the Lord. 0. Yes? Do you agree with me or? So the way he teaches you. So knowledge is coming from Lord, given by the Lord in the form of Brahmite kon bhagyavan jeev. No, that one. that Krishna Kaila Veda Puran. What is the beginning? Maya Mugdha. Maya Mugdha Jiver Nahi Svata Krishna Jnana. Jiver Kripai Kaila Krishna Veda Puran. Krishna, we were all bewildered and ignorant and lost in this world, but Krishna kindly has given us Veda, Puran, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So the scriptures are our connection with the Lord. The way to know the Lord are the scriptures. And then, Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada, he made these scriptures available in English language as he was instructed. That if Americans would take up to Krishna consciousness, and there's a tendency, trends are to follow America, the Western world, their culture, their lifestyle, this, that. Then the rest of the world also will take it up. They like to imitate Americans. So I will go to America, I will make some American boys and girls into devotees. And that's what Prabhupada did. And then at some point, late 70s, Prabhupada returned with those American sadhus, European sadhus. And this is how the Hare Krishna festival that Radhesham mentioned, which I attended, and Radhanath Maharaj also was there, amongst thousands of others. That festival was promoted, advertised as, oh, American sadhus are in town. American sadhus are in town. European sadhus are in town. I used to think, oh, American scientist is okay. But American sadhu, forget it. But then we ended up going. I was attending that festival every day. And I was convinced, yes, they are sadhus. Genuine sadhus. Yeah, one time I had opportunity to introduce Srila Prabhupada in Ram Lila Maidan in Delhi. Probably you have heard Ram Lila Maidan. And big festival, big gathering, and I was introducing Prabhupada to the audience. And I said that Srila Prabhupada is exporter and importer. What is this? Is he Swamiji or is he Vyapari, businessman? So I had quickly explained how Srila Prabhupada exported Krishna consciousness, exported scriptures, exported deities of Krishna or Jagannath. He exported what? Prasadam. Exported culture of ancient India, not present-day India. Yeah, one gentleman was introducing himself to the audience, and he said, "I like to introduce myself. Please listen." And he said, "I am not Indian. मैं भारतीय हूँ." आप समझे? I am not Indian. Because being Indian these days is like being American, being European, being Westerner. मेरा जूता है जापान का, मेरी पतलून इंग्लिस्तान की, मेरा जूता है कोल्हापुर का नहीं है, कोल्हापुर. So Prabhupada became successful in converting those into devotee sadhus. And when Indians, including myself, I had a first-hand experience, encounter with those American sadhus or European sadhus, that made us think twice. Hari Hari. And by now, well, this is power of Srila Prabhupada's preaching and books, that just in the very beginning, when he had only a few followers, he gathered them together one day, and he said, you could join me, and as a team we could propagate Krishna consciousness all over the world. But if you wish to join me, my movement, my organization in a formal way, then you have to follow 4 regulative principles. Oh, what are they? Prabhupada had not explicitly said those, mentioned but not said as of these are the 4 regulative principles. And then Prabhupada said, no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling. How many of you are ready to follow these 4 regulative principles? Raise your hands. Not raise their hands. And this was a revolution in consciousness. Americans turning around, 180 degrees turn. And then I say that, so that day when everyone present there raised their hands and took a vow to follow 4 regulative principles, that was the beginning of the end of the age of Kali. You understood? That was the beginning of the end of the age of Kali. Where is Kali residing? Those 4, first canto of Bhagavatam says. So we are grateful to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. We are indebted. He has given us books, and so we have to read his books, yes? He wrote them so that we could read them, or his followers would be the first one to read them. And also do what? Distribute books, distribute books, distribute books. Book distribution is what? Could we say knowledge distribution? Yes? So knowledge distribution. So even those Yamadutas were ignorant, but the whole world around us is full of ignorance. And suffering is because of ignorance. Whole world is suffering because of ignorance. When would world become happy? When will world become happy? If they become knowledgeable, then the world will become happy. Happy, happy we shall be when we learn our ABC. So Bhagavad Gita is like that. ABC, primary, Bhagavatam, graduation, Chaitanya Charitamrita, post-graduation and relationship. I forgot I have a meeting. I was reminded, but I ignored. I better stop. So, the future of, in our batch, we are about to about to leave, about to depart. So, but we want to see this movement, moving forward, spreading. So the future of this Hare Krishna movement is in your hands. Would like you, each one of you, to shoulder the burden. I think I heard this from Radhesham saying this. Shoulder the burden the shoulder. They're two different things. I don't know whether you said this to this group, but you said to someone. Yeah? You understand? Shoulder the burden. So we are, the leaders are shouldering all the burden. But we would like you to share that burden. You shoulder that burden. Do not burden our shoulders. Our plates are full and we are loaded. So we would like you to shoulder some of that burden, each one of you. And so this time, I have to say something about book distribution marathon. Are they participating? Are they also doing some? Otherwise, how would you achieve the quota? Our 600,000 Bhagavad Gitas? 6 lakh? 6 lakhs? 5 lakhs? You would like to see becoming number 1 book distributor? Well then, just Haribol, the lip service is not enough. Lip service. You will have to burden your shoulders with the book bags and go out. Oh, there are so many other ways. There are smarter ways also. You could also be lazy intelligent, and through internet also, online also. There are so many ways these days, avenues to distribute books. So please distribute lots of books and assist Radhesham and the temple here. Our leading book distributors are around. So, and God helps those who help themselves. So stay busy, marathon is still on, and We have some more thousands more books to be distributed. There's miles to go before we sleep. Miles to go before we sleep, meaning end of marathon and achieving the goal. Miles to go. But then unfortunately, the words are lovely, dark and deep. One poet from the West, he said this. The words, this world is like a forest of enjoyment. His words are lovely, dark and deep. You may get lost. No, don't stop. Miles to go before we sleep. Miles to go before we sleep. Means long way to go before we reach the destination. Of course, he is referring sleep as a death. Before we die, there's a lot to do. Krishna consciousness is in big demand, and we are not able to So even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to appeal, I am the only malakar, I am the only gardener. But there are so many fruits. How many fruits myself alone could distribute? So distributors wanted, this was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appeal one time. And his appeal is also there today. So distribute books, share Krishna consciousness with the rest of the world. And then only New Year is coming, and you are going to be saying, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. We wish you Happy New Year. But the Hare Krishna devotees not only they wish everyone Happy New Year, but they know how the world could be happy. Happy New Year, and you invite someone for a party, and there's a whining and dining. There's a whining and dining goes on. And one was welcomed, invited. He may also say, thank you for inviting me. But the next day he's going to be having diarrhea or whatnot. Like someone has a cigarette but no matches, and किसी को दया आती है मुझ पर. And kindly someone steps forward and helps him to light the cigarette. You understand what kind of things people in this world are sharing with us, and we still end up saying thank you. But what you share Krishna consciousness. Or we say chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Read Srila Prabhupada's books and be happy. Honor Krishna Prasad and be happy. Come and take darshan of Radha Vrindavan Chandra and be happy. Like that. Everything that we have to offer would make people happy. Certainly. Guaranteed. Are you feeling happy? Are you okay? So what is making you happy is Krishna and Krishna consciousness and ISKCON gifts. Yeah, the holy name is an ISKCON gift, and books are gifts, and prasad is a gift, and festivals are the gifts.